Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 9, Episode 1 of The Impossible Dream with Bala. Today we get our Champions League qualifying campaign properly underway as we face Sarajevo of, I'm assuming, Bosnia in the Champions League second qualifying round. But as ever with the new season, I thought we'd stop and have a quick look at where we stand as a club. And we're continuing to improve. We're a 2.5-star reputation now, which is good. I am obviously the manager. Dixon is our captain. I'll have a quick look at him so we can see he is the club captain, an absolute star he's been as well. Came through the academy. Our vice captain is Curtis Owen. Again, another guy who came through the academy. Plays more in the league than in Europe these days. Well, he's never really played in Europe. But again, still room to improve for him. And of course, our key player is Tommy Williamson, who we got this summer. He's about to be seen for the first time on the channel. We got him from Arsenal, of course. And our key player is, or a hot prospect, I should say, is currently out on loan because we can't get him a work permit. But hopefully he'll get that work permit soon. But we're not paying any of his wages, and we get 10 grand a month for him as well. So that is where we are as a club. General info: I am a club legend, which is nice. Ryan Sears is an icon, which always find a little bit surprising. Favoured personnel: Burke, who is still at the club, Bassenbrew and Williams, who have moved on, Gosset, who is here as a coach, and Allmark, who is of course a star, and I can't believe he's only favoured personnel after scoring 1 million goals in the last 2 seasons. Facilities: they're upgrading nicely. We have state-of-the-art data analysis facilities, of course, in the Gareth Centre. We have great youth facilities and good training facilities. They're both being upgraded, which will be done in October of this season. So we should then, I think, have maybe state-of-the-art youth facilities and great training facilities. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that plays out. We have, of course, exceptional academy coaching and youth recruitment as well, which is good. We have a look at the club records. We've pretty much smashed everything at this point. Allmark, of course, is our leading goal scorer now with 88. He should get his 100th league goal for the club at some point this season. If we're looking at records that we'd like to break, we can kind of do points in a season if we win every game. Otherwise, we've pretty much maxed that out. Goals in a season, we got that last year with 108. Be interesting to see if we can maybe do a little bit better than that. The Welsh League record is maybe something we could keep an eye on for that. If we have a quick look at the Welsh League record for goals in a season, it is 134. By Barry Town back in the late 90s. So that's maybe something we could look to do. And I do have my eye on this individual goal scoring record of 47 in a league season. We will be trying to get Damien Allmark across the line in that category this season and seeing exactly what he can do. So that is sort of the club. Finances, we're looking good. We haven't got our money yet for Champions League football this year. If we can get back into that group stage, then we will be in the best financial position we've ever been in. So that would be nice if we can manage to do that. And in terms of transfers, there was a transfer special, of course, last episode. A quick update on what we've done so far. We've actually made a profit in the transfer market so far this summer. We still have about a month and a bit to go. So there's still plenty of time to get players in. But yeah, we haven't actually spent any of our transfer budget yet because we're operating at a profit. So everything there is looking really, really good. So we still have 9 million to spend, and we still have 108 grand a week we can spend on wages as well. So we're in absolutely no financial troubles there whatsoever. But let's get this season underway. Let's have a look at what we're up against in Sarajevo. I should say too, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes, and of course if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to hit thumbs up. We are favourites for this one against Sarajevo. I don't think we've played them before. We don't know too much about them because the Bosnian League... Is it Bosnia or is it Serbia? Not Serbia. It's Bosnia, isn't it? Yeah. Bosnia League, obviously, isn't something I have loaded up. And they are yet... Oh, no, they have played one game. They absolutely beat College Europa in their previous round. Although they only got a 2-2 draw away from home against them. Now, we are away from home in this first leg, so obviously it's going to be as much about just getting away goals as possible. And this is the team that we're sending out. This is... Well, it's exciting times. One player we won't be seeing in the first leg is Norrington Davies, who is he signed versus he was injured. So he isn't really matched up for this one. So we'll give him some time in the second leg, assuming everything's going to plan. So it's Tanis Kovic. We'll give you a quick look at the players for this first game of the season, so you can see how they're doing. He is, of course, our previous record signing as a goalkeeper. Ryan Burke keeps his place at left back for this one. He's been a really good player for us. O'Halloran, we have big hopes for him this season. He starts in the centre of our defence next to Kieran Topley. Get that there. Who is he's just a good player, good, reliable midfielder, defender. He can do it all. And Folleran, we get a first look at the second Folleran we've had at the club. Jesus Christ game. He comes in to play right back for this one, and I believe this will be a debut for him as well. Sam York, our Welsh international midfielder, he goes in the centre of the park next to Murphy for this one. Ryan Murphy, our Scottish wizard. Callum Connolly, he's one of the best players to come through the academy, isn't he? Let's be honest. He's been a really, really good, fantastic season he had last year. Ewan Dixon, who have also, of course, come through the academy. He goes as number 10. Vukovic, a first look at him on the channel, new signing. He goes down the left, and we've already seen Williamson. He goes up top. Quick look at those on the bench as well. Rima Miles is on the bench, backup goalkeeper. We have Ryan Sears on the bench to cover right back and also centre back. Malone to cover left back is on the bench. We also have Brewerton, the defensive midfielder, on the bench. We also have McVeigh. We also have Davies, the young left winger. And of course, Damien Allmark, goal-scoring extraordinaire, is also on the bench should we need him. So they've come out looking a little bit defensive. They're giving us respect, which I like. So that's good. Hopefully, as I said, we'll break them down and get some away goals here. Come on, lads, show me what you can do. Some calm, we have faith. And let's hope we can put this tie to bed nice and early on here. And while we're waiting for the game to get underway, a quick update of last season's goal of the season competition. At time of recording, it's Rene Felge's a stunning free kick from pretty much 35-40 yards out. That has 40% of the vote and is the so far the goal of the season. Obviously may change if people vote after I've recorded this. But that's where we stand at time of recording. Burke has picked up the loose ball there. He goes across for Ryan Murphy. He can score from anywhere. Here goes Connolly. He's got the overlapping run from Folleran. Can he get a cross in? It's decent. It's there. And it's Vukovic. But it's a very acrobatic save by their goalkeeper. Selabic, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, there we go. Long ball forward. Is the highlight going to continue? Burke picks it up. Across for Halloran. In for Sam York. York spreads it out there for Connolly. We know he is absolutely ruthless at this stage of qualifying. Can he get a cross in here? He can. It's there for Williamson, and Tommy Williamson in the second minute puts us in the lead. It's an away goal as well. And, well, that is absolutely stunning stuff. A great start from Bala Town. Look at all the fans up there in this quite large stadium. But Callum Connolly, he's done it again. And, Williamson doesn't have the best jumping reach, but he can put a header away, can't he? Excellent stuff. A fourth goal of the season for him already after he got a hat-trick in the second leg of the first qualifying round against the Macedonians. And yeah, that is almost the perfect start. We'll give it a demand more here when we can. And ideally here, if we can put the tie more or less to bed, then in the second leg we can get some more debuts out of the way. We can sort of experiment a little bit as well, and see some more of our new and younger players. Here we go with Murphy. Murphy! Oh, I thought that was going in. I told you that Murphy can score from anywhere. He is just incredible like that. Here we go with Ewan Dixon. Ball out there for Vukovic. Let's see what he can do. Good cross in. Williamson's there. He challenges. Murphy's there. And he hits the post. It's there for Connolly. It looked like he had just had a tap in and it took his time to get there. Callum, mate. That was a sitter. Vukovic has himself a booking now, which isn't ideal. We do have Davies on the bench. But ideally we want Vukovic kind of getting used to playing. He's not naturally a left-sided winger, even though he has the attributes for it. So ideally we want him playing as much as possible out there, getting used to settling into the club and also the new position. So taking both those things into account, I don't think we should expect too much from him early on. But obviously the more he plays, the better he will get. Here we go with Vukovic. Gets past his man. Can he get across in? It's there for Callum Connolly. And Callum Connolly gets his second of the season, our second of the game. Vukovic with a nice assist as well. And we're underway now, aren't we? 2-0 just before half-time. Murphy with a really good ball out there to find Vukovic. And, well, he's done really well, hasn't he? Got past his man, delivered across, and Callum Connolly ghosted in ahead of his defender there. And that is 2-0. Excellent, excellent stuff. Selabic with a goal kick. We win that with Murphy for Williamson. Good ball forward there for Vukovic. Is this going to be a first goal for Vukovic? No, a good save from their goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner though. Here we go. Burke knocks it in. It's headed away, and that'll do it for the highlight. Is that going to be half-time? It looks as though it might be, and there we go. Any second now. There it is. So a good first half performance from us. 2-0 away from home. We'll take that. It's got to be an assertive, don't get complacent. We've got a stressed out looking Callum Connolly. Callum, just do your thing, mate. You're doing fine. We've got Williamson up there. He is looking okay. Vukovic, mate, don't get yourself sent off, please. I'd like a little bit more from you and Dixon, ideally, but he's gained focus, so we'll let him go with that. More from you, please, Kieran Topley. Following on the booze, doing solid. But let's say we want more from Dixon. Come on, mate. Lead us from the front, captain. And yeah, let's see what we can do in this second half. We'll demand a little bit more. A third away goal would be a nice thing. What we don't want to do, of course, is have them pull one back here. Away from Kieran Topley. He is good in the air. It's still there, though, and we'll say Tanaskovic had that covered. But I'm not convinced he did, if I'm honest. Another goal kick now for Sarajevo. That's easily picked up there by Follerin. He goes down the line there for Connolly. Can he get across him? We've got Vukovic at the back post. We've got Tommy Williamson through the middle. Connolly keeps possession for Follerin, for Murphy. Murphy unleashes, and Ryan Murphy with a second goal of the season. He is, well, if he's going to play like that this season, we're going to have a good year out of Ryan Murphy, and we may not need to loan somebody in to play that role for us, because he is looking very, very good indeed. He scored a stunner against the Macedonians. That's, well, not as good as it, but oh, look at the bend on that. It's a stunning strike still, isn't it? Ryan Murphy, take a bow, mate. That was very, very nicely done indeed. We have another highlight here. Burke with a throw in for Dixon. Back to Burke. Burke crosses it in. It's away. Connolly should get to that. Down the line, mate. Look, he's going to go himself. He's going to go himself. Can he get across? And he can. It's there. Vukovic. Oh, and Bojan Vukovic has his first Bala Town goal. It's 4-0 now, and it's becoming a rout in this second half. When we're good, we are really, really good, aren't we? Really good also to see Bojan Vukovic get himself underway. He is more naturally a striker, so when he gets in front of goal like that, you would expect him to put chances away. It's a good header back where it's come from. Goalkeeper, not much of a chance of saving that, and Vukovic is underway now as well. Both our wingers on bookings is a slight concern, but they should be okay. Murphy with the ball forward, headed away. Dixon has it now. He goes forward there for Connolly. Back for Murphy. We've got Follerin getting forward on the right if we want to look for him. There it is there. Can he get across? And he's a decent crosser of the ball. Back post. It's there for Vukovic again. Oh, Bojan Vukovic has got himself a double. Excellent, excellent stuff. Ronnie Follerin with the assist this time. And it's 5-0 away from home. This tie is done, isn't it? It's good in the way that second leg now will be able to give players, use it as basically a friendly. We'll be able to give Norrington Davies a game at left back to get him up to speed. Yeah, it's always useful, I think, to get the tie essentially done in the first leg. We can give Brewerton a game. We can give basically these guys on the bench. We can give them a game in the second leg. And just use it, as I said, for match fitness. Vukovic on a booking and looking tied. We might call it on him and get Sean Davies on. I know he's on a hat-trick, but what we don't want is silly injuries, silly sendings off at this point. We'll trust Callum Connolly to get himself through the tie, through this game, knowing that we can just rest him for this. Or if he does get himself sent off, he doesn't need to play the second leg anyway. A little bit of luck there as the ball hits the post and Tanaskovic picks it up. But yeah, this is going well, isn't it? Burke now with a corner. Comes in. It is at the back post. York's going to pick up the defensive header there. Ball in for Connolly. Oh, and Callum Connolly whizzes it past the post. But look at that. They're nervous. They're anxious. They're getting a beating. It's wonderful stuff. We've got a set piece to defend here. Topley's got himself a booking now as well. That's over the bar. And that is fine. Perfect, perfect stuff. Murphy could do with a break. Well, as I said, at this point, we'll just leave him on. Sam York has himself a booking now. A few too many bookings for a 5-0, boys. We'd really like to save these, because there are suspensions, of course, that will come into play with all these bookings. But there we go. A good, solid away win there. 5-0 in Bosnia. And we go back to Wales looking very, very nice indeed. So 5-star Bala Town triumph, Follorin impressive on debut, Vukovic 2 goals and an assist. That's a nice way to introduce yourself on YouTube, isn't it? Excellent stuff, Borjan. I showed you him at the start, I won't bother showing him again. Raganic, the Wales manager, looking at Dixon, York and Connolly for his next squad. It's surprising Dixon doesn't have himself a cap yet. He really probably does deserve one, doesn't he? Anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be back for the second leg. Window is still open as well, so we might have 1 or 2 new signings. But yeah, second leg's going to be interesting, and we'll see some new names as well. Okay, welcome back. It's time for the second leg, and I thought before we got this underway, we'd have a quick look to see how the other Welsh teams are getting on in Europe. And good news is that, well, I don't know if it's good news or not, to be honest, because we have a quick look. Everybody got to bypass the first qualifying round, so the Welsh League has moved up enough with the coefficient points that we're avoiding this round. The negative to that is that that's probably the round where Welsh teams would be most likely to pick up wins and ties and therefore coefficient points. So I think it might actually be maybe a negative in disguise, that one, that we're getting a bypass from there. But everybody here is into the second qualifying round. We can see that, now I've got to try and find these Welsh flags again. Bengal City got a tough one. They're playing Red Star Belgrade. They lost 4-0 at home. I don't think they're going to get the job done there for us somehow. The New Saints up here they are. They're playing Serbian opposition. Now, they won 1-0 away from home. So there is a chance that they could get that done. And if we go all the way down to the bottom here, where did I see the other one? Here it is here. FK are playing Dundee United. Again, a tough tie, but they lost 2-1 away from home. They come into the second leg with that away goal, and it would be massive if FK could get the job done. And we could have 2 teams, if them and the New Saints can finish off the job into that third qualifying round. That would help us massively. In terms of helping get that Welsh League up the coefficient table as much as possible. But let's have a look here and see what we're up against. We are favourites for this one, as you would expect. Again, we don't know too much about them still. We can see the way they played against us last time. And yeah, I mean, we gave them a bit of a beating on their own home ground. Let's see what we can do this time. We can see we have changed the team up somewhat, so it's going to be Tanaskovic in goal for this one. A first look at Norrington Davies at left back, coming back from injury. So let's see how he does with Topley, KDH and Folloran as the back 4. Brewerton partners Murphy in midfield for this one. Ap Gareth, I know you want to see him. He goes down the right in this one with Dixon and Davies coming in on the left. The reason for that is Vukovic is just a bit match fatigued. It's a long season. We don't need him getting tired out so early in the year. And of course, Olmark, he's going to get a game in Europe up top for this one. So we can see they've changed it up a little bit the way they're playing here, but I mean, it shouldn't matter, should it? Let the boys go out there with clear minds. Boys, first leg means nothing. Go out there and win this one. Some calm, we have faith. And yeah, let's see what we can do. And here we go. There's no transfers or no new transfers to update you on. We do have some very, very exciting irons in the transfer fire. But we're facing sort of competition from the likes of Lyon. That's sort of the sort of clubs that we're competing against right now for players. So I don't want to sort of show you anybody until it's done, because I don't necessarily think we're going to be able to beat out Lyon. But yeah, there's a couple of players that we're looking at trying to get in, and we're just waiting to see whether contracts are accepted. Davies has done really well there. Sean Davies, a massive, massive assist. It's Damien Allmark with the goal, but Sean Davies, take a bow, mate. Look at this move he put on his fullback. Absolutely stunning from the young winger. Look at this. Way past his man, ball in. Allmark's there, tucks it away. Allmark has a 3rd goal for the season, all in Europe, of course, for him. And Sean Davies, quite stunning. That is a really, really good assist from him. I'm thinking increasingly that maybe Davies is the backup left winger that we want to keep, and maybe we sell Adam Maurice. The reason being for that, it's Allmark with a second. Allmark, 2 goals in 10 minutes. Kieran Topley with the assist. Well, I mean, he didn't do that much. He put a decent ball in and then kind of went from there. But Damien Allmark has 2 goals in 10 minutes, and surely he's going to get himself a European hat-trick. Amazing, amazing start to this one. 7-0 on aggregate it is now. And yeah, there we go. The reason I'm thinking we might look to sell Adam Maurice is that they're basically the same player. It's just that Maurice is a little bit better, but not as good physically, but everywhere else he's slightly better. But Maurice, we can get, he's worth $250,000. We can get more money for him. Whereas Davies is not worth that much. So if you have thoughts on that, let me know. But I'm thinking with Vukovic coming in as first choice now, we don't really need all 3 of them. And Maurice and Davies' contracts are both up at the end of this season. So I don't know that, as I don't think we need them both. And Maurice, we can get more for him, and he's going to want a bigger contract as well. Here we go, Dixon there for Davies. Oh, just past the post. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking we might look to move Maurice on. I haven't completely decided yet what I want to do, but that's kind of the direction I'm leaning in. We've got a set piece to defend here. Ball into the box. It is headed away there by Kieran Topley. Filipovic has it there. Oh, decent. But we get away with it, and Norrington Davies on a booking, on debut as well, of course, clears it into touch. This game very much for Norrington Davies. It's just about match fitness for him. I'm not expecting too much from him. I'd rather I didn't get a red card, but he's done well there to win that back. But yeah, it's just about match fitness for him. I don't even think you'll see the 90 minutes out. We have Malone on the bench, and we'll probably look to bring him on, say, 70-odd minutes. I do kind of ease Norrington Davies in. He doesn't need to be completely ready for this, obviously, because the tie's essentially done. What we do need him ready for is, and Allmark does get himself a hat-trick. Up Gareth with the assist. It's a first half hat-trick for Allmark in Europe. Amazing stuff. 5th goal of the season for him. And, well, Ap Gareth just continues to get the job done when we play him, doesn't he? He's a really, really surprisingly good signing he's been. Goalkeeper will want that back, I would assume. But Allmark, a decent header on target, and the goalkeeper did the rest for us. 3-0, 8-0 on aggregate, having put 11 past the Macedonians in the first qualifying round. What's our Champions League record? 33 goals or something? Can we do it in qualifying? We really have to do it in qualifying, because we don't usually get many once the Champions League proper starts, if we get there. Boys, let's say, don't get complacent. We'll just be calm about it, though. There's no point pretending this particularly matters at this point. The tie is done. It's all about match fitness from here. Well done, Mr. Allmark. If we can get a little bit more from you, please, Mr. Davies, that would be a wonderful thing. And Follerin at right back, same from you, please. And we'll get back out there. We do have Felge on the bench. Allmark having got his hat-trick. I might make a change for that. Let's demand a bit more and see where this takes us. We have a highlight, a goal kick for the Bosnians. Goes forward. It should be an easy pick up there for Norrington Davies. Over for Topley. Topley goes forward for Brewerton. What can he do? Loose pass, but we should pick that up again, and we can build again. Topley, let's try this again to Brewerton. Brewerton back to Topley. Out there for Norrington Davies. In for Murphy to run onto for Davies. Davies, crossfield ball for Ap Gareth. Have it up. Is he going to unleash? Ap Gareth! Oh! He lined it up. Just couldn't quite get it under the bar. And let's make some changes. Let's take Allmark off. He's had a stunning game, but he's done his work, hasn't he? Felge as a target man, please, and thank you. And we'll leave it at that for now. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. We'll give them some praise next shout here when we can. Hopefully get rid of some of that complacency. There we go. What else do we want to do? I think Norrington Davies has had his debut. He's done solid. He's got himself a booking, though, so let's get Malone on for him. And let's get Adam Maurice on for Sean Davies as well. Davies did wonderfully, didn't he, for that first goal? Was it the first goal? Anyway, that assist of his. I think it was the first goal. And after that, he's been a little bit quiet, but I think it's just one of these games, isn't it, where really there's not much motivation, I don't think, for our boys at this point. Brewerton brings it out of defence. Malone has it. Go other way, mate. Other way. Back for Tanaskovic. He goes forward for Topley. Topley for Malone. There you go, mate. You've got no other way, Malone. Other way. Topley shall show you. Follow Topley. All right, now forward. Hey, there we go. Maurice has it now. What can Adam Maurice? I really don't want to sell him. That's the thing. He's been such a good player for. Maybe we will sell him. Yeah. I really do like Adam Maurice. He was brilliant, wasn't he, the first season or two when we brought him in. And it's sort of the sad thing when of course, we're developing as a club that players that have been so good for us, we just start to move past them. And it's not that they can't do it in the league. Any player we bring in can do it for us in the league. We need the players that can do it for us in Europe. And I don't think Adam Maurice is necessarily at that level right now. So first leg triumph helps Bala Town past. We did really, really well there. Norrington Davies makes his debut, and we have Videoton of Hungary. I'm 99% sure they're Hungarian in the next round. Let's have a quick look at what we're up against here. They are Hungarian. They're They've got a couple of players there, a 31-year-old Romanian and a 33-year-old Hungarian. They beat, who did they beat to get this far? Riga. So they haven't beaten much, have they? And they're Kosovoan or something, aren't they? We may have even played them Montenegrin. So that's, I mean, based off their form, that's not too bad. And that's the third qualifying round. Then we're talking playoff, and then we're back in that group stage. So that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And we will be back next time for video turn home and away. And then we've got the season getting underway against the New Saints as well, which is a big game. But there we go. That's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see if we can get one or two of these signings across the line. We need to strengthen still, don't we, if we're going to get out of this group, should we make it. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Take care.